Bob Lazar stunned the world in the late 1980s with claims that he had worked on alien spacecraft in the US military's legendary top-secret facility, Area 51. Whilst logic tells us that his tales are preposterous, just enough fragments of evidence have kept his story alive for over 30 years. In a May 1989 interview with investigative reporter George Knapp on Las Vegas TV station KLAS, under the pseudonym Dennis and with his face hidden, Lazar detailed his work at S4, a secret facility he claimed exists near the Nellis Air Force Base installation known as Area 51. According to Lazar, aircraft hangars built into the side of mountains housed alien craft that had been captured or crashed. His work involved reverse engineering these ships to gain scientific knowledge of how they operated. Giving a second interview that November, unmasked and as himself, he said he worked for the US Navy via defense contractor EG&G. The company immediately said that they had no record of him working for them. Lazar went on to describe the propulsion systems of the alleged alien craft. He said they used antimatter, fueled by the chemical element with atomic number 115. This element had not been named at the time of Lazar's interview, but was later synthesized in 2003 and named moscovium. The resulting energy, according to Lazar, would propel the craft through a gravity distortion field. He additionally claimed to have read documents proving that Earth had been visited for 10,000 years by aliens from the star system Zeta Reticuli. However, no planets have yet been found in that system. A further claim that he had seen an alien specimen in a lab was withdrawn in later years. Lazar's assertion that he had a master's degree in physics from MIT and in electronic technology from Caltech were both disputed by the universities, as was his claim to have worked at Area 51. His credibility seemed to be non-existent. Then, just as his story looked to be falling apart, one other discredited claim, that he had worked as a physicist at Los Alamos, suddenly reignited interest. There's lots more to come in this video, but please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, and sharing. And please consider supporting my work with a PayPal donation. The link is in the description. Thank you. KLAS TV found the name Lazar Robert in a 1982 Los Alamos National Laboratory phone directory, but the laboratory repeatedly denied having any records on him. All of a sudden, Lazar's claim that he had been scrubbed from official records for speaking out sounded a little more plausible. If he could establish an attempt to discredit him, the obvious question would be, what did he know that the US military and government went to such lengths to cover up? Continuing interest in Lazar revealed more about the man himself. In 1990, he pleaded guilty to pandering after being arrested during an investigation into a prostitution ring. In addition to 150 hours community service, he was ordered to undergo psychotherapy. In 2006, a company he operates, United Nuclear Scientific Equipment and Supplies, which sells a variety of materials and chemicals, was charged with violating the Federal Hazardous Substances Act for shipping restricted chemicals across state lines. A guilty plea resulted in a $7,500 fine. In 2017, Lazar's workplace was raided by the FBI and local police, which Lazar theorizes was to recover element 115, a substance that he says he took from a government lab. Records obtained through a Freedom of Information request show the raid was part of a murder investigation. The enduring story of Bob Lazar seems to have three possibilities: that he is being truthful, that he is being untruthful, or that the US military tacitly support his and other claims, as UFO stories help them obscure what really goes on at top-secret facilities. Lazar still has supporters, and his claims find a fair hearing on platforms such as the Joe Rogan podcast. He admits he has no evidence. The likelihood is that his claims are fabricated, but the passage of time may have made that irrelevant. In the same way that new generations are no longer interested in the Kennedy assassination, they are also increasingly disinterested in UFOs. As society becomes more self-obsessed by the day, many are uninterested in other humans, let alone extraterrestrials. But Bob Lazar provided us with a tantalizing story that was of its time. In the lead up to the millennium, with all its prophecies of doom or fulfillment, he captured the imagination with a tale of visiting aliens and their amazing technology. And if, for a moment, he made people think outside of their narrow box, then it hardly even matters if it was true.